Hi everybody, it's Julie and welcome to the messy desk. Oh my goodness, it's the first time I'm back at the desk to actually do something, to do a project. So I hope you enjoyed the videos while I was on vacation, and I'm sorry about the one that I missed. Today we're going to be making our mini challenge in the challenge, and I might have time to work with these Friday freebies. So I had two, okay? So the freebie Friday for 6/7/2024, Pink Daisy, and you've got this ledger, some words, and a couple of different cards, and your Bible verse, to everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under heaven, Ecclesiastes 3:1. And then for 6/14, I had a Dad's Bank envelope for you. Now remember, if you want to make a Dad's Bank envelope out of something else, you can use this as your template. These are available at patreon.com/DearJulieJulie in the public section, and also in the Dear Julie Julie crafty community. If I get a chance, I might get those up into the Buy Me Coffee, but they're not there yet. Okay, so yeah, so we might play with those. Now, while I was on vacation, I did take my ephemera fussy cutting thing with me. And remember, I have my scissors in here. These are the things that I did get fussy cut that are small. And then I did fussy cut some larger pieces that are in here. It worked out really great, except for apparently I got some ice on something. So I have, I lost, yeah, on several pages. So yeah, but it's okay. I'll still be able to use it. But I fussy cut from these. I fussy cut from flowers. I got these cut up. I still have these in here to cut. But it worked out really well to be able to just grab this and take it. I have a bag in here to put my my trash in, and I did have a little compromise over here, so I'll be getting out the glue gun and taking care of that. Okay, so I have a whole bunch of fussy cut pieces here, and now today we are going to do our a mini challenge in the challenge. Okay, so if you go ahead and you do this challenge, you can add embroidery thread, and you can add buttons. So I have already taken embroidery thread and added it to some of these. Okay, these are tags from the flowers that we bought to decorate Ellie's float for the senior parade. And so at the same time, I am going to be also doing the my clusters. Okay, so I have already threaded a green thread. Okay, and you guys have seen this probably on the different well, I did post a video of someone doing these buttons, these rose buttons, and they are so fun that I thought, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and do them. So you can do anything with some embroidery thread and a button, and that will give you, you can use any buttons and embroidery thread that you have in your stash. Okay, and you can add that in. So remember, now if you have a garment that has buttons, you can use those anyway, okay? But my garment that I'm using was a lace dress that I took apart, and so I have no buttons. Okay, so for the first one, I'm using buttons that have 4 holes, and I came through the bottom and went up through the top, okay, so crossway, and then I came back up and went to the left, and then I'm going to go to the right. Okay, and if you think you need more leaf, you can go ahead and go over it again. I decided I didn't need more leaf, and you probably notice I am attaching this onto a Dear Julie Julie postcard. This is from the travel kit. The postcards are from the travel kit, and I had those in my fussy cutting thing, so yeah, so then I'm just going to tie it off, and I have, it's kind of messy back there, but now I have, why doesn't this one have a needle in it? Oh, so I'm going to have to, so I bought the needles, I bought the embroidery thread, I bought the buttons while I was on vacation, because I was like, I need something to do. There's periods of time where there's, nothing going on. And, so I was like, okay, so when I took the girls on our annual, shopping and lunch. Only Ellie got to go to lunch this time. Abby had to go to work, but, we sure enjoyed our shopping time together. And then Abby ended up getting, while we were there, she got approved for her apartment, and she moved out the day that we left. She was moving out, and so we got to take her shopping at, we took her to the Walmart and got her stuff for her new apartment. So yeah, so that worked out, and so me and Tom got to do that. Okay, so I did a French knot for my rose. Okay, we're going to do another one of these because I was talking. Okay, but this is what I'm going to do for my button. You guys might remember that a couple months ago, Big Mama, she crocheted around a button. And I haven't done that in a very long time. And I don't even know that I crocheted. I might have done like macrame around the button that I'm thinking of, but it was like when I was in junior high. And so yeah, so hopefully we can find that video and put that up. So your mini challenge in the challenge 6.2 is going to be that you show us your idea using a button. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do this again. I have more of them. I need 8 for my clusters. I already made several, but that's okay. I can make more. Okay, so I'm making my knot. Okay, making my messy knot there. Then I'm going to come up, and on this one, I'm going to put it up close in case I don't need to use that area. Okay, then I'm going to go ahead and come up through the paper, and my knot will stop us. And then I'm going to go up to the top. Okay, that's going to give me my stem. I'm going to come in again at the bottom. And I like to do this on paper because it's going to be easier to put this in my journal anyway. Okay. Then we're going to go down on the right side. Up the bottom again. down on the left side. Boy, I made a mess before I left. And I was working up until 10 minutes before we left. I was uploading videos so that I would have them, so that there would be a video for each day while we were on vacation. So okay, so then I'm going to come up from behind on the top, because the top is where, you know, where I want my rose to be. Okay, so I've knotted it. Now I'm going to come down close to where the button is, and I'm going to wrap around my needle 3 times. Okay, and then I'm going to put my needle back down through the hole. Okay, and then I'm going to use my fingernail to hold that, because I really struggle with these, you guys. French knots have been hard for me my whole life. Okay, and I'm stuck on something. But we'll make it. We'll make it. Oh, see? It came. The pieces came through. Dang. Okay, well, we'll make my French knot here on the back, I guess. I had one turn out right. I mean, I am like a knotted mess here. Okay, well, we'll go ahead and... So this is how I get out of my mess. There. Okay. And look at there. I'm like, it's knotted and knotted, and oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pull a couple lengths off of here. Okay. So, yeah, so I'm going to use this in my roses and perfume journal that I'm making. Okay, I'm going to be more careful this time. Go ahead and knot. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and pull that through my other. I'm just trying to keep it sort of clean down here. Keep that end away, because that's what happened, is I ended up going through that. Okay, now I'm going to come through the hole. So we'll come up through the hole. Okay, I'm going to just go around it twice this time. 1, 2. Let's see if that helps. Okay. So I've got it. I'm holding it. It was trying to come over, and I would have ended up with the string going across. Okay, see, I'm holding it with my nail, and it's working this time. And then I want it to grab a hold of that and just hang on, okay? And that's going to give me my French knot. And then I'm going to come down and tie it off. You guys, I do not claim to be a professional embroidery person. Obviously, I don't normally even try to do French knots, but I thought these buttons were absolutely so cool, and I wanted to try it. Okay. So there you go. I have my little French knot on this. So, so before we get to the Friday freebie, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get one of my clusters done. So I have the base of my cluster. Oh, I know why I hadn't made it yet, was because I had to come home to the mesh, because the mesh is going to be my cluster. Now, let's see. So I need 8 too. I'm lucky there's still any left, because you know Lucy loves this stuff, and I was worried I might come home when I was thinking about it, when I was like, oh, I need the mesh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's go from this end. 7 and 8. Okay, where's my paper? I mean, you know, I haven't even looked at my instructions or anything in over a week and a half. So, it would be nice. I think my cluster, are my clusters supposed to be on a sheet? I don't know. I don't remember. Okay, yes, we're supposed to be making these on a page. Okay, so so you can see this is my Dear Julie Julie digital. And so for my page, I'm going to use tissue paper. Okay, so I have this beautiful gold tissue paper. And so we'll be saving those for something else. But I have my Dear Julie Julie digital. I have a button. I have embroidery, floss, and let's see. We have this fun little tag. So this is a hang tag here. And like what else? What else can we add here? Okay, so I have some lace from the dress. Yeah, I think that. Two. I need 8. 3. 4. Now, usually I will put this on some kind of like a cardstock. I can hear the raven on the house. I'm like, what is that noise? Okay, I think that's 8, but I'm not sure. I'm not even kind of sure. Okay, so I have this piece of lace, and I think I'm going to go ahead and take it like this. And I'm going to be putting everything so that it just kind of hangs like that. Okay, so 8 of these, and we'll use our art glitter glue. First time having it out since I've been home. And I'll put some on this, and then, okay, so here's one. We'll go ahead and put that down, and then I'm going to put like a little puddle. So being able to add, now remember my lace is from my my garment, okay? that I put in my kit. So we're going to be putting 8 of these on here. And so I'll start with putting these on. Let's see. Hopefully I have 8. I might have to go make some more of the tags. I think I have enough of these. But I also thought they would be fun on other things. But I thought that they would be a fun way to have the journal be cohesive, would be these buttons. So, and they were really super easy, super fast, and yeah. So what other designs? I mean, the rose works out perfect. What other designs do you think you could do with this? Show us your creativity. So there's 3, 6, and I'm just going to do the 8 on this. Like I said, I'm going to probably have to go find some more of the tags, okay? Because I only had what we had purchased for Ellie's thing. So like 5 or 6 is what we had. There's another one up there. Okay, so I'm just going to have it coming down. These are from Dollar Tree Flowers. Okay. And I just used my needle to make the hole in it. I didn't do anything. So your clusters can all be the same, or they can be different. If you're making clusters, remember, you get to choose what 20 items you are making, okay? So this one, I'm going to come down here a little bit because I like that we've got that there. So, so what I did was the tag is a sticker tag, and it's wrapped around the stem. And so I just cut it where it was wrapped around the stem. And then I cut it into a rectangle, and then I folded it in and went chunk. And then I used the needle and put it through and tied a knot. Okay. So, yeah, so that'll give me 6 of the clusters so far. We've got a button, we've got lace, we have our Dear Julie Julie digital button, embroidery thread, and lace. We don't even need the tags, so we can just add the button and lace to this other one over here. And what I did was I took my lace and I folded it kind of cockeyed, so I'd have 4 points. And so we'll come and we'll put this one down here and push it in. Okay, so I'm pushing it in under the button. Okay, so, and then the same for the ones with the tags. We just take this and fold it up at an angle, so we end up with 1, 2, 3, 4 points. 4 points. Okay, and then decide where your best place is that you want to put it, and just wrap it under. Okay, I like it. To me it looks Victorian, and I'm using some of that dress. Yay. So yeah, so you get to add embroidery thread, and we're going to do one more thing, and it's going to make it so you can add wire. Okay, so another idea using your embroidery thread And I know we all have a lot of buttons. I can't believe I bought buttons, but, you know, it happens when you go on vacation and then you go, oh, but I want to make these buttons. So, yeah. So I brought the embroidery thread and the buttons and the needles at Joann's. And of course, come home and I have plenty of buttons I could have used here. But I'm going to have my page of clusters made. They have 3 items at least. They have the lace, the button, and the embroidery thread. Some of them have the hang tag. And then, oh, look at, I did cut out exactly 8. I used tissue paper, obviously used tissue paper, which was on my list of things that I could use. And I chose that because I needed to put my clusters on a page. So, and then you're probably wondering, well, then how do you use them? Or maybe you're not. Maybe you're just, you know, okay? So then you're going to come in, and when you're ready and you need one, you just come in and you can cut it or rip it. And that's what I will have for my my clusters. Now when I do this and they are on like a cardstock page or some other type of page, they're real sturdy and easy to keep track of. And that's part of why I started doing it on them, was because it was easier to keep track of them. But doing it on tissue, maybe not so much. Okay, but we're making 8, and that's if you choose to make clusters. So real quick, we're going to go ahead and we're going to do our other idea using our embroidery thread. And we get to add some wire. Now I have this really interesting, it's a wired thread. Okay, and that's what I'm going to use, but you can add wire or wired thread if you have it. And so I can make a well, I'm going to go ahead and pull some of this out, okay, because I want to make some more roses. So I'm going to make that small. Okay. But that'll give me more of this so that I can use it in other ways. And then I'm going to leave this on here because I think it's kind of cool. And so I do want a piece of the embroidery thread. Now I could use the green for this, and I'm just going to go ahead and cut a piece off. Okay. And I'm going to knot it. Okay, so I'm going to just put it around my finger and knot it. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Okay, there we go. Got a knot. Okay, then we're going to go ahead and put this through. So, yeah. Okay, put this through. Okay, that's going to give me my goodie there. Now, I could you know what we could do, and we wouldn't even have to add glue. Okay, so especially like if you're making, or add glue, we wouldn't even have to add the wire. Especially if you are making like a sewing journal, maybe. I just think that these tags are beautiful. What do you think? Aren't they beautiful? Okay, so then we'll go ahead and I'm going to pull it in and push it over. And then I'm going to flatten it so that everybody sticks. Okay. And then I'm going to let it fluff up. Flatten it and fluff. Okay, so now if you were... Okay, is that the end? The other end? The other end is right there. So we're going to go ahead and... Okay, so we're making a tassel. A tassel. Okay. And we'll come down here. I think we want... I mean, and what I was... My plan was to show you a graduation type tassel where you would put the wire around here, which I've done that several times, so you can see, you can find that where we've done that before. But I think that that is a really fun way. And then, I mean, I don't mind having a big, huge bin of, and then you can make a little one too. Okay, so maybe we'll do the wire on the little one. Okay, do I have actual wire? That would be really cool. Okay, let's come up here and grab this. This is a leftover piece. Love to use all my scraps. Okay, so this smaller one, I think it's going to be easier to put this through here and pull it tight. Okay. Okay, and then I'm going to come and go through the center. Let's go through. So our weather on our vacation was absolutely beautiful. At the parade, they actually said, thank you to Mr. Sun for coming out. They'd had so many days in a row that were gloomy and rainy, and so, and then the day we left, the temperature went back down. And I also saw that Mount Hood, which is in Oregon, which was some of the pictures that I was showing, was I just am in awe of those all those mountains on our trip. But they I don't know if this is going to work. You know what? Let's go ahead and I'll pull out my wire, which I have this wire. This is super pyro lace, vinyl coated. Okay. And so I'm going to take my little, and of course I have my wreath lace somewhere around here, which would be the perfect, not lace, wire. Okay, so if you want to make tiny tassels, you can make tiny tassels out of, make one big one and one tiny one. That's what I'm doing. Okay, let's grab our jewelry pliers. There's the cutter. Anyone, any, yeah, there. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and try and get this to turn. Okay. Looks like a little octopus. So you could probably make a little octopus out of your, make 8 legs. Tie a knot on the bottom of each of your legs and make a little octopus if you're doing a sea or mermaid journal. That might be kind of fun, huh? Okay, so and the other thing, of course, you can use your, okay, we're taking you out because you're in the way. We're going to press this down. Okay, so I have a tiny little tassel that I can add somewhere into the journal. And now you can add wire to your journal. If you make a little tassel and use your wire on the neck of it, you can add that to it. I think this is really cool. And I think I want to add, I'll probably make a rose and add a rose to that. Should we do that? Should we go ahead and make a rose button, just the button, and then let's see how that'll work. Okay. Okay, we'll put all these tools back. Did I use all the green thread? There it is. Okay. Okay. Okay, so I need a good knot. Okay. Now, I'm going to do this a little different because I know that I don't want that to come through. So I've gone through the bottom, up through the top, and I'm going to come back through my knot. Okay. Oh, my knot came undone. Bloopers included today. Bloopers included. I hope this video uploads in time for today. I'm tired. I don't know that I could do a live video this morning. Sometimes I have to do that if okay, so I'm going back through. Okay, and that will tie that up. Okay, then I'm going to come through the bottom and up through the right, through the bottom. And this is how they did it. They did not put theirs onto paper in the one that I watched. Okay. There's that. And then I'm going to tie this off. Okay. And it's not going to be moving around a whole lot, so I think a single knot is going to be okay. And now, my favorite part, the French knot. Okay, so again, let's see if I'm going to put this so that, okay, I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to go through the top. Okay, is that the top? Yep, that's the top. Okay, then I'm going to come around, lay it down. We'll go around the needle twice. We did better with twice. Okay, And then I'm going to put it back through. Okay, I'm going to hold that down with my thumb. Oh, I went through the wrong. Do you see that? Do you see that? I went through the wrong hole. Yes. Oh, I can come back. I can come back. Look, look, look. I got lucky. Yeah, so check and make sure that you really are going through the right hole before you. There we go. Cute, cute, cute. Little rosebud or tulip. If the knot was sideways, then it really looks more like a rose. Okay, then we'll go ahead. Tie that off. So, does anybody have vacation plans? Tom just doesn't want to drive on the next vacation. I'm like, oh, good. We can go to, we don't have to drive to England for the wedding. So, we'll see about that. Hey, but at least it's in the works. He was talking to his brother about it. So, yeah. Okay, look at there. Okay, now, I think I'm going to grab a bulb pin. You know what? I want a gold, shiny gold. There we go. And put that through. So you guys, I think I'll do Friday freebies tomorrow, because this took longer than I had anticipated. And so I hope you'll come back and hang out for that. I'm just going to go ahead and put this up through the knot up here, but I'll have a little dangle hanging, little button dangle hanging off there. I just think it's fun to use use all your stuff, right? That's what I try to do. Okay, so buttons. Who's got the button? And so embroidery floss ideas. Okay, so you are, for the mini challenge and the challenge, you're going to take a button and some embroidery floss and show us what you can make. Okay? Again, check out Big Mama's video where she she might have taken that video down. But she crocheted on a button. I'll ask her. Okay, so yeah. So there we go. I have my clusters on a page. Remember, they were all on a page. I've taken these two off just so that it stays nicer and straighter. I'm going to keep this because I might use it for something. And so I have the buttons, the embroidery floss, the lace. Some of them have the tag, which is extra. And the DearJulieJulie digital. Everything is on tissue paper as the base. And so let's go ahead and come over here, what to use. And down here it says tissue paper. And so across from that, I'm going to put my 8 clusters on a page. And then I will go, and I think that's my number 8. I might have already done a number 8, but we'll, okay. And then, so page of 8 clusters is my, oh, see we did, oh, I did not do it yet though. So it's okay. I'll just replace my 8. Tissue. Okay. So those are ready. Okay. So 8. I didn't do my fabric flip with Stack-A-Note yet, right? No. Okay, we'll do that. But this is done. Let's give it a check. And give it a check. Okay, there you go. Clusters. And if you didn't pick up your Friday freebies, go ahead and pick them up and we'll play with those tomorrow. Okay, again, they are available at patreon.com/DearJulieJulie. They're also in the Dear Julie Julie Crafty Community Facebook group. The links are in the description box for both of those down below. Okay, so yeah, so you're going to take your buttons and make something out of your button. You're going to take and your embroidery floss, and then you're going to make something else out of your embroidery floss using your wire, and you can then add wire into your journal, and you can add buttons. Find something to celebrate every day. Have an amazing day. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Bye-bye.